Hey, how are you? How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for joining me in today's live lesson. I call it live lesson. Thank you very much for joining me in today's live session. I don't think we have met. Have we met before? If we haven't met before, please tell me where you are from and where you are watching this live session from. All right, and we have a schedule for today's lesson. We are going to have about 45 minutes of a free live lesson with me, where I will be talking about paraphrasing in today's session. I do not want to call it lesson. Sometimes I actually also call it lesson, so do excuse my mistakes. All right. Not sure if you are new here or you are not new here. I just want to introduce myself a little bit. So this is Huyen. Okay, so is it the first time you watched a live session with me? Again, I would like to share with you that I am live on both Instagram and on Zoom. Okay, so if you are on Zoom, please, when you join, please keep your mic on mute so that it would not affect other people. But I would like to hear from you. If you have any questions, feel free to put in the comment section. I'm a little bit tired today for some reason. If you are Muslim, Eid Mubarak to you. Okay. Right, so I would like to hear from you. Where are you from and where you are watching this live session from? And what kind of IELTS you are planning to take and your target score. Share with us a little bit about yourself so we can, wait a little bit more so that other people will be able to join us later. Yeah. So tell me where you are from, where you're watching this live session from, and your target score, your type of IELTS, and maybe share with us what you are struggling now. Okay, so let me share this right here. Right, so in today's session, we will be talking about paraphrasing. So you know that paraphrasing is extremely important in IELTS because you need to understand paraphrasing so you can answer questions in writing, in reading and in listening. And you also need to paraphrase, need to have the ability to understanding of paraphrasing so that you can do very well in your writing and in your speaking. Okay, so on Zoom here I have my iPad and I will be able to write a little bit, like annotate a little bit on my iPad, so it would maybe be easier for you guys to understand. But if you are interested in joining on Instagram, is still fine. It's on Instagram, is on Zoom as well. Okay. So someone said that they find it super difficult to think about the ideas for the IELTS writing task too. Right, I do understand that. And have you ever tried using ChatGPT for this? Now, I am not really a big fan of using AI to write the entire essay, but I am a big fan of using AI to, help me open the door to ideas. So probably you can try using AI, and AI will give you some ideas that you can sort of use in your writing. Try to use ChatGPT. I mean, whenever I'm stuck, I always use ChatGPT. All right, so we have people from Indonesia, people from Bangladesh, and target score 7. Okay, both of you 1-7. Very nice. What is your target score, guys? What is your target score? Do you think that you'll be able to achieve your target score soon? So when I'll share with you a little bit before we start, okay? So when I started my IELTS journey about 11 years ago, my target score was also 7, and unfortunately I only got 6 Yes, 6. For my very first IELTS exam, because I did not prepare at all. So I do not recommend not preparing. Okay, so if you're sure about the type of IELTS you are taking, you are sure about the target that you have, please do a little bit of preparation before taking the IELTS exam. I know that IELTS, to take the IELTS exam is not very cheap in a lot of countries. Okay, so try your best to do a little bit of preparation before you actually take the exam. All right, so we have talked a little bit, and I want to tell you guys that please, I do not want to take more than 45 minutes from you, but in the past 2 weeks I have not been able to do so. I have been taking 1 hour, so be prepared for an hour of lesson today. All right, so in today's session we will be talking about paraphrasing, but I am not going into like the basic paraphrasing. Now, in order to understand this session, you should be able to paraphrase a little bit already. All right, and you should be able to understand what paraphrasing is. So let's start our session today with a very basic question. What is paraphrasing? Now, if you don't know what paraphrasing is, it is almost impossible for you to understand this session. All right, so let me just move on to the next slide here. So you know, what is paraphrasing? Can anyone tell me what paraphrasing is, in your opinion? Okay, from your understanding, not opinion, sorry. From your understanding, what is paraphrasing? What is paraphrasing? From your understanding, just type it in the chat box or in the comment section over here, just so you know you can ask any questions. Okay, even if after this we finish this session already, you can always ask questions. All right, be specific in your questions, by the way. What is paraphrasing? Okay, we got some answers here. Let me try over here. Okay, we have here changing the structure of sentence, remain the meaning. Okay, what is paraphrasing, guys? Anything that we need to pay attention to when we paraphrase a sentence? What is paraphrasing? Now I need to know this. It is extremely important, because if you don't know what paraphrasing is, it is almost impossible for you to follow this this session. And sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself. Can you hear me? It looks like on Zoom I can you can hear me, right? But I'm not sure on Instagram if people can hear me. Anyway, so just want to ask you guys what paraphrasing is, because paraphrasing, in my opinion, is one of the most important skill technique that you need to have in order for you to achieve your IELTS band score. Now, I'm talking about your IELTS band score. I'm not talking about a general IELTS band score like people often talk about, right? So if your target is 7, let's say, you need the paraphrasing technique up to 7, the level up to 7. And if you want only 5 or 6, your paraphrasing skill should be at 6 or at 5, so that you can effectively understand what is going on in the reading and what is going on in the listening, and you can also write and speak well. Okay, so we have another answer here saying that we need to change the sentence and have the same meaning. Now, what do you mean by change the sentence? Both of you are talking about changing the structure of a sentence. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by paraphrasing is changing the sentence? What do you mean by changing? What do you mean by changing? So just so you know, on Instagram, I'm also running this session on Zoom as well. So people on Zoom were saying that paraphrasing is changing the structure of a sentence, changing the sentence. And I'm asking you guys to tell me, to explain to me what you mean by changing the structure or changing the sentence. What do you mean by that? Changing with the synonyms, give some meaning, give the same meaning as the statement. Okay, great. Okay, so changing the synonyms, I assume you're talking about synonyms of words. Yeah, right? Changing the keywords with the synonyms. Okay, that makes sense. Anything else you guys want to give me before I give you the 3 points that I want you to remember when it comes to paraphrasing? So there are 3 points that I want you guys to remember when it comes to paraphrasing, because I think paraphrasing is I think there's a misunderstanding or a misconception of paraphrasing. Some people think that they just change words to like the most advanced words possible, so you can get a better band score in terms of paraphrasing, and that is not entirely the story here. Paraphrasing, there are 3 different points in paraphrasing, and I want you to remember this, because if you don't understand this, it would be very difficult for you to move on with your IELTS preparation, and also to even like watch this session, because in this session I will be helping you build an automatic paraphrasing brain. Now again, this is not something hi, thank you very much. Oh, thank you so much. Somebody said that I'm their favorite teacher. Yay! Okay. Over here, I want to emphasize a little bit. We are not going to have an automatic paraphrasing brain right after this session. Okay? It takes some time for you to do. But this is the technique that you can apply, so you can practice throughout the day until you reach the ideal state where you can automatically paraphrase whatever you're trying to say. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the 3-point definition of paraphrasing. So I'm going to share it over here. Just wait for a minute. Okay, it's over here. Right, I hope it's easy for you to see. I think on Instagram is a little bit small. I don't know if you guys on Zoom can see it very well. Okay, so I'm just going to summarize very quickly to you before we jump to the main idea of this session. So there are 3 important factors that you need to remember when it comes to paraphrasing. The first thing is that you don't have to, but you should change keywords of the statement with the synonym, just like somebody said over here, right? You need to change, you need to use different words, okay? And for that reason, it is very, 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 very important for you to be able to identify the keywords of the sentence. Now, what are the keywords in the sentence? What can I, what kind of criteria that I can use to identify keywords of the sentence? What should I use to identify keywords of a sentence? For example, if I have a sentence, okay, what criteria should I use to decide whether this word is a keyword or not? What can I do to determine which word is a keyword? Yeah, here you have a synonym. So what my question is, what do I use? What criteria should I use to determine if a word is a keyword in a sentence? So for example, if I read a sentence, I can point out which word is the keyword, or which words are the keywords. The words before which, what, where What if in the sentence I do not have which, what, where? I do not have which, what, where. What criteria, or what is that one object? What kind of object? On Zoom, please answer it, okay? This is not only on Instagram, it's for everyone. Okay, I'm just going to have a conversation with you. I like to have a conversation, sitting very cozily here. Okay, so I'm not going to take a lot of time from you, subject and object, okay? That's actually a very good point. Now, it is sometimes for some people, okay? I think that sometimes for you guys it's difficult for you to identify which word is subject, which word is an object, which word is the verb as a sentence, because your grammar level is not really strong. So the idea is to read the sentence and to ask yourself, if you remove a word from the sentence, does this still make sense? I'm not talking about grammar, I'm talking about meaning. If you remove a word from a sentence, does it make sense? If it does not make sense anymore, that word is a keyword. If it still makes sense, that word is not a keyword. Okay? So for example, I say, yesterday I ate an apple and a banana. Okay? Yesterday I ate an apple and a banana. So if I remove the word yesterday, I don't know when that happened. So that is a keyword, because if I remove the word yesterday, the sentence doesn't make so much sense anymore. Okay? Not the full sense, right? Who? I. Okay? If I remove I, the sentence is not clear anymore. So I is also a keyword. Ate, what I do? Ate. Okay? And a banana, if I remove the word banana is still there. I still understand the sentence. So basically in that sentence, yesterday I ate an apple and a banana. There are three words that I do not need. The word an, the word and the word a. Okay, so those are not keywords, and those are words I do not need to worry about when I paraphrase this sentence. I only need to worry about the keywords of the sentence. Alright, so that is how you are going to identify keywords of a sentence. Alright, again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. On Instagram, there's a little box over here with a question mark. You can put your question over there. Sometimes I miss the question actually. If you just put in the comment section, and on Zoom, please, if you have any question, feel free to to ask a question in the chat box. All right. And the next thing you should also change is the grammar structure. Now, the grammar structure comes second, because when you change words, it is very likely that you have to change grammar structure as well. Now, if you understand the concept of paraphrasing and you've been paraphrasing for some time, you know that if you change keywords, automatically you also have to change some grammar. So grammar comes second. You don't really need to worry about grammar first. Just worry about the synonyms, and then you think about grammar later. Okay? Now, the second point of paraphrasing is to keep the same meaning of a sentence. Now, paraphrasing is rewriting a sentence or rephrasing a sentence, but keeping the same meaning. Okay? If you change the meaning of a sentence, it is not paraphrasing anymore. So you need to make sure that the sentence that you just paraphrase has the exact same meaning as the original sentence. If you change the meaning, it doesn't work anymore. And the third thing, and I also think that this is one of the points that people often neglect when it comes to paraphrasing. Now, paraphrasing, if you check on a dictionary, whatever dictionary, Cambridge, Oxford, you will see that you need to make the sentence clearer than the original sentence. Okay, so by putting a lot of advanced words and putting a lot of advanced grammar, making the sentence so much longer, it doesn't work that way. It's not paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is to make the sentence, the original sentence, clearer using different words, different grammar, but keeping the same meaning. You need to make the sentence clearer in terms of vocabulary, in terms of grammar. Okay, so there are three things that you need to notice here. The first thing is to use something different, like different words, different grammar, to rewrite a sentence. Second, you need to keep the same meaning as the original sentence. And third, you need to make the sentence clearer. Now, sometimes the original sentence is already very clear. You don't need to worry about the clarity anymore, so you don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about the third part. But if the sentence in the original statement is not very clear, you need to make it clearer. All right? So put yourself, I talked about this in every single live session that I do about writing. If you write something or if you say something and the examiner has to ask, what? And then the examiner has to ask you to say again, or the examiner has to reread your sentence again to reread the sentence to understand what you're trying to say, you're losing it, okay? You are not doing it well. So make sure that whatever you write, whatever you say is understandable and is very clear. So the examiner does not have to read the second time or to have to ask you to repeat the second time, okay? These are 3 points. No, but this is not the main idea of today's session. Today's session will be talking about paraphrasing your own sentence. And I am not talking about you paraphrasing the statement in IELTS Writing Task 2. Okay? Paraphrasing the statement in IELTS Writing Task 2 is paraphrasing what somebody already wrote, and you have to paraphrase it. For example, if I give you a sentence, it would be so easy for you, not so easy, but it would be easier for you to paraphrase a sentence that I give you. But it would be much more difficult for you to paraphrase what you yourself wrote, right? So imagine you are a writer and you just came up with a very good sentence, but you're not so happy about it. The meaning is great, but the wording and the grammar, something else is not so good. So you want to paraphrase it. That is why self-paraphrasing is way more difficult than paraphrasing somebody else's sentences. Okay? So in today's session, we'll be talking about paraphrasing our own sentences. We're not talking about paraphrasing somebody else's sentences. So we are not going to practice paraphrasing IELTS writing statement. Okay, we are going to practice writing our own sentence, but paraphrasing it before putting it out there for other people to read. Okay, so give me a thumbs up if you guys are happy with what we're going to do. Just give me a thumbs up. I should see the thumbs up, please. Right? Good job. And I think on Instagram something will come as in. I don't know, but like sometimes on Zoom, you hold your hand up and something like that come. Oh, anyway, whatever. Thank you so much. So as I said in the previous session, I am in fact a shy person. So if I ask a question, if I say something and there's no one responding, I feel very shy. I feel like, like insecure for some reason. So please, if you think that this session is nice and you like it, just, interact with me. And there's one thing I can guarantee you. No one in the session will be judging anyone. If someone shows any disrespectful behavior, I will kick them out right away. Okay? So we're here to learn together. There's nothing to worry about. This is a safe space for you guys. And one more thing. Everything here is taken from my own material that I wrote. So I don't mind you guys sharing. I don't mind you guys taking a picture, taking a screenshot, something like that. But if you want to share, please, just tag me, for example, if you share publicly, okay? Because I've got people taking a screenshot of my material and of my content and share without my permission and without giving me any credit. It's really unfair for people like me who work really, really hard to get our raw materials, and then the materials are now being shared to other people, being claimed by other people, you know. So that would be, I would appreciate it very much. All right, so we move on to the next slide. So here it is. Oh, sorry, my bad. Here. Okay, so imagine that you are going to write something. Okay, see, so I try to build an automatic paraphrasing brain, so that I can automatically paraphrase what I am thinking about. So automatic paraphrasing is the tendency to paraphrase what you just thought of. So let's say that you want to write a sentence. And like naturally you would use words and you would use grammar that you are used to. It is very normal. It is our human behavior. I do the same thing. If I don't have to write IELTS, I don't really care about vocabulary and grammar, okay? But if I am in an IELTS exam, I need to paraphrase what I just wrote or what I just thought of. So I build my automatic paraphrasing brain so that I can automatically paraphrase what I just thought of. So automatically paraphrasing again is a tendency to paraphrase what you just thought of. I'm focusing on the word tendency because tendency is like a habit, you know. So if you have a habit to paraphrase what you just thought of before you start writing, before you start saying, then you will have, it will end up giving you better options than the original sentences. So the tendency is built if you consistently do it. From today, I would like you to, first of all, whenever you want to write something, whenever you want to say something, I'm not talking about conversation or messages to your girlfriend or boyfriend, okay? I'm talking about IELTS. When you practice IELTS writing and IELTS speaking, before you start writing, before you start speaking, think about what you want to write. Think about what you want to say. And try your best to practice this tendency to okay, I want to paraphrase what I just thought of. And here is what you are going to do. I'm going to give you the step-by-step method that you can practice so that you can use it in your actual practice, in your preparation. Now, it will not happen right away after this session, but if you remember this and you practice every day, you will get it very quickly. Okay? Our brain is very powerful and it can serve you the way that you want it to be. So try your best to focus on the tendency to build the habit to paraphrase what you are going to write and what you are going to say. Again, I want to tell you that paraphrasing our own writing and our own speaking is way more difficult than paraphrasing somebody else's sentences. So make sure that you understand this, and we are going to the step-by-step strategy now. So here is what you need to do. Okay? So automatic paraphrasing requires 3 whats. We call it 3 whats. Okay? The first what is the topic? Whenever you want to say something, you want to write something, you need to ask yourself, what is the topic? Okay, what is the sentence I'm going to write? What is the sentence I'm going to say is about? Is it about education? Is it about technology? Is it about animals? Okay. Now, when you have the topic in mind, what comes automatically after that is the vocabulary. You will have the vocabulary that you have about this topic. Okay, so that is why if you want to break through from 6.5 IELTS writing to 7.5, and to 8, you need more topic-specific vocabulary. If you don't have topic-specific vocabulary, it's very difficult for you to break through the 6 bands trap. Okay, I do have the topic, a collection of vocabulary on my website. Let me just show you. Oh no, I can't show you right now, but it's on my website. Okay, www.practice9.co. Okay, so go there, and there's under the section of free resources, there is a collection of vocabulary. I divided into different topics, so you can try to figure it out. Okay, topic specific vocabulary. So the very first, what is the topic? What is the topic? What you're going to say? What are you going to write? What is the topic? Now, it's very easy for you to identify the topic because you already have the question from the examiner. If this is the IELTS speaking exam, if it's IELTS writing, is also over there in the prompt, in the statement. You know exactly what the topic is. So keep in mind that you need to know what the topic is in order for you to paraphrase. Okay? When you know the topic, immediately you will have like a flood of vocabulary. This is what I call the active vocabulary. If you have a lot of active vocabulary for this particular topic, you feel very comfortable writing. Okay, that's the first. Now the second one is, what do you want to say? What do you want to say? We already have the topic. What do you want to say about this? This is the main idea of the sentence that you are going to write. What is the sentence about? Okay, what do you want to say in general? I want to talk about the connection between education and poverty. I want to talk about how technology helps children develop their brain. I want to talk about how animals, having pets, can reduce stress for people. So what do you want to say for this sentence? And here you can embellish, you can give out any idea that you want to have. Okay, we are talking about paraphrasing our own sentences, our own writing. I'm not talking about, like paraphrasing someone else's sentences. Okay, we'll practice it later. But just so you know, at the beginning of this session, somebody asked me that they could not think or they had difficulty thinking about ideas in IELTS writing task 2. And for that reason, I'm saying that, I like reading. I don't have a lot of opinions on topics that I don't know nothing about. But if I am asked a question, I will always have an answer. Like, do I like animals? Yes, I do, and I can explain why I like animals. Or the importance of education. Of course, everybody knows the importance of education. Only, like morons wouldn't know the importance of education, right? So I think about IELTS writing ideas like the question that is given to me, and I have to answer that question, and that's based on my opinion. And because it's my opinion, everybody has opinions. I really don't struggle with having ideas. But if you struggle with having ideas, use ChatGPT. It helps a lot. Okay, that's the second one. The third one here is that we need to look at the key details of the sentence that we are going to write. Now, the key details involve a lot of different things, and we will be discussing it a little bit. And the key details are the meaning, the words, and the grammar. Okay, so again, automatic paraphrasing requires 3 different words. What is this topic? What is your sentence about? Second, what do you want to say in this sentence? And the third is what the key details that you want to include in this sentence are. So answering these 3 words by highlighting or making it like, making an outline a little bit, like giving bullet points, tick, 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 and then you will have the idea of what you need to write, and then you can automatically paraphrase it by thinking in a different way. Okay, so we have a question: is it a good idea to use ChatGPT to find ideas? Well, I think it is a brilliant way to find ideas. I'm talking of finding ideas. I'm not talking about writing the entire paragraph or the entire essay. I'm talking about writing ideas. For example, so let's say about 3 weeks ago, okay, I was preparing a new series for my course, for my packages I wanted to give my clients suggested IELTS writing task 2 ideas. And I was thinking about space exploration. So recently, one of my clients got an IELTS writing task topic about space exploration. And honestly speaking, I had no idea. I really don't know what to say. I don't know anything about space. I'm not interested in space exploration at all. I have no knowledge about this. So I was thinking to myself like, okay, I couldn't think of any reason that humans should explore the space. Honestly speaking, I hate this idea so much. So I couldn't think of any suggested ideas. I went to ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT to help me to think of reasons that humans should explore the space, and I got quite a few ideas about that. And of course, you need to frame the question in the right way, the prompt in the right way. It's not like just put it out there and then you will get the best ideas ever, right? So you just need to prompt your request very well in order for you to get better ideas. But I think using ChatGPT is a fantastic way to find ideas. I know that there are more AI tools right now. I mainly use ChatGPT because like I'm very bad at technology. But if you have any other options, like if you know any other platform, any other tools that can help us have better ideas, please share with us. Okay? Am I speaking too fast, guys? Are we going too fast? Do you want me to slow down and chat a little bit, talk a little bit more? If you are okay, please give me a thumbs up. If you're okay with whatever we've been talking about, please give me a thumbs up. It's okay. Thank you so much for letting me know. Okay. All right. So shall I move on to the practice? You like it? Alrighty, we are going to okay, I'm sharing this one. Okay, so now let's just try a little bit over here. Okay, let's do a little bit of practice. We are going to compose our own sentence and then paraphrase our own sentence. Okay, this requires you to focus, and then I will help you fix your I will have you fix your sentence. If there are any mistakes, I would tell you, but of course you need to write your sentence down. If you don't give me your sentence, I wouldn't be able to correct your sentence, right? Okay, so somebody said it's answer AI. It helps greatly in cheating during our homework. Okay, I'll check it out. Answer AI. Okay, I'll check it out. Okay, it helps in cheating. It's nice. So I'm not talking by myself. I am talking to people on Zoom as well. So we have Zoom and Instagram at the same time. I want to ask you a favor here. I am looking for an app to help me broadcast this at the same time to TikTok, because so far I've been doing live on Instagram and on Zoom only. I have a TikTok as well, so I want to broadcast this to TikTok, but I don't know how to. If you know, please let me know. Okay, I just do me a favor if you know of it. Right, so let's talk about the very first step we are going to do. We're going to compose our sentence, but first of all, we are going to ask the first what, which is the topic. What is a topic? And I'm going to give you a topic right now. I'm going to give you a topic about education. And more specifically, I'm talking about the importance of education. Okay, that's thinking. We are going to talk about the importance of education. Now, when the word education comes up, and when the importance of education comes up, you will always automatically have a list of vocabulary that you can use for the topic education. And you will have a list of ideas about the importance of education. Now, I talked about this, right? I think if I leave it for you like 10 minutes, you can come up with a 10, 20 points for the importance of education, right? So I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to let that sink in. We are going to talk about education. What vocabulary do you have regarding the topic education? And more specifically, we are going to talk about the importance of education. What ideas do you have about the importance of education? I'm going to give you 10 seconds to let that sink in. Okay, I'm going to count with my... Okay, so by now you already have a list of education related vocabulary and a list of ideas about the importance of education. Okay, we are going to move on to the next step, which is what you are going to talk about. Now, what do you want to say? We are talking about education and we are talking about the importance of education. Me, for example, the first thing that came up in my mind is the relationship between education and poverty and how education can help reduce poverty. Okay, now can you just type in the comment to let me know what the first idea you have in mind. You don't have to write the whole sentence, okay? Just like, for example, I wrote it here. It's education versus poverty. Okay, so what is the very first idea that you have in mind when it comes to the importance of education? Just type in the chat box, okay? I give you about 10 seconds. Okay, very good. Very good. Over here we have an idea. Increase people's awareness. Very good. Okay. To know new things. Very good. To learn foreign language. Very good. What is now for people who just joined on Instagram, we are talking about the importance of education. Okay, the importance of education, and I would like you to tell me the very first idea that came up in your mind when I mentioned the importance of education. We have here increase awareness, very good. We have learn languages, very good. We have to know new things, very good. Anything else? The very first thing, I just want to know the very first thing you think about when I mentioned the importance of education. And just so you know that I do not have live classes, like even paid live classes. If you pay me, I don't have this type of classes. So this is the only chance for you to have live classes with me if you think about it, okay? So be a little bit active, okay? What is the very first thing that came up in your mind when you think about the importance of education? Okay, opportunity to get socialized with students, okay, to know people, okay. So we have to raise awareness, to learn foreign languages, to know more new things, to socialize with people. A lot of different things, a lot of different ideas, right? So the very first thing that came up to my mind when I thought about the importance of education is the relationship between education and poverty. Now, I tend to think a little bit general. That's okay. It's me. It's my idea. but you may think differently. So stick to the idea that you have. You don't have to follow my idea. Okay, you don't have to follow my idea, but I'm going to tell you what I do next so that I can paraphrase it. Now, the very first thing that came to my mind is education and poverty, and the sentence that came to my mind, the first thing is that education helps reduce poverty. If you read this sentence, you see that very basic. Okay, no different words, no different grammar whatsoever, because this is my go-to vocabulary and this is my go-to grammar. At any point of time, if you ask me about the relationship between education and poverty, very, very likely that I would say education helps reduce poverty. That is my automatic sentence, right? Now, before I put this out, before I say this sentence, before I write this sentence down on my paper or on my computer, my brain has a tendency to paraphrase this particular sentence, okay, before I write it down. So it doesn't even exist yet. I am already paraphrasing it, okay? Now, how am I going to paraphrase it is the third part, the third step of this technique, which is what are the key details of the sentence that I'm going to say and I'm going to write. So the key details in this sentence, first of all, the meaning is about education and poverty, the connection between the two things. And the key words are education helps reduce poverty, okay? And the grammar, that's it. You can see here, right? So before this sentence even exists, I'm going to paraphrase it. I have not written it down on my paper. I have not spoken it. I'm going to paraphrase it right away. Now, this last step is automatic paraphrasing brain. Okay, I'm going to paraphrase it, and the faster you can do this, the less time you will need to paraphrase, and the more fluent you will sound. So here, I'm going to show you here. Okay, I already know what I want to say. I want to express the connection between education and poverty. And I already have, a vague idea of what I want to say. So I will think about the sentence as in with education, so no more poverty. Okay, so I will have a lot of keywords here. Help, assist, aid, contribute, so many words I can write down, okay? I think about the word help because it is the word that I use the most. And then after that, I automatically think about its synonyms. So in different contexts, you will see so many different synonyms, but in this context, I could think of these synonyms, okay? And then, okay, education is very important, right? Important, I immediately think about the synonyms of important. For example, instrumental, for example, powerful tool, for example, crucial, a lot of things. And you can think of so many different synonyms as well, okay? This is not your sentence, it's my sentence, so that's why I do it. For your sentence, it should be different. And then I come up with so many different things. So like reduce, for example, alleviate, diminish, combat, stop, prevent, so many other words, okay? It depends on your vocabulary bank. And again, I have a list of vocabulary, a collection of vocabulary, and education is also one of the topics. It's free on my website. Go there and you take it for free. But please, if you share it somewhere, please give me some credit, okay? Because I've found some people take my collection and share away without giving me any credit. I was very sad, by the way. Like poverty, and then you have impoverishment. Okay? Now, this is what I did for myself. What about you? What about you? What about your idea? Now, the second step that you did, okay, you talked about raising awareness, you talked about learning foreign languages, you talked about learning new things, you talk about socializing with students. Okay, now can you think of the key ideas, the key details that you have for your sentence, and try to think about as many synonyms as possible. You do not need to write it down here, okay? Just think about it. Just think about that. And then put it down into a sentence, okay? Think about what you want to say. Think about the key details in what you want to say, the synonyms of the keywords, and write the sentence down on the comment section or the chat box. Okay, that is very good. I just give you a like over here. Okay, I'd like you to think about what you want to say. Think about the key details of what you want to say. Think about the synonyms of the keywords, and then put that into a sentence and put it over here. I will correct the sentence for you. It's a bit difficult, I know, but you have to do it for your IELTS. I want a full sentence of what you want to say after you have paraphrased it. After you have paraphrased it, okay? Think about what you want to say, and then think about the key details of what you want to say, and then think about the synonyms of the keywords of what you want to say, and then put everything together in a sentence. Do not write the very first sentence that you think about, okay? Do not write the very first sentence. Always write down the sentence after you have tried to paraphrase it. Okay, so I have a sentence here from Deborah. Deborah, it's we're talking about the importance of education. Why is education important? And you were talking about learning new things because education can allow you to learn new things, right? Education allows people to learn new things. How are you going to paraphrase that? Always write down the paraphrased sentence. Okay, something that you already paraphrased. On Instagram, please, do you have any sentence? Just write down, don't worry about, other people. I will help you correct your sentence. Nobody's going to judge you because everybody's here to learn. I've been talking too much now. I need water. Do we have a sentence on Instagram? Waiting. Instagram, don't disappoint me. By the way, on Wednesday, I will be having a live session with an academic English teacher. Okay, she will be sharing everything about academic English. I'll share the details later. Okay, I'm gonna give you more time. Before more time, I just want to share a new slide. Okay, I'm still waiting. Somebody asked to join the live. I know it's difficult. I know. But please try. Okay. Education hazard. Very good. Education helps us to learn a new language, which enhances. Okay? With the S. It's singular. Enhances. I write it here. Enhances. Okay? Our knowledge. Okay? Great. That's good. Now I'd like you to maybe paraphrase a little bit further. Like one more time paraphrase this sentence, because I know that you can do more than this. You can do better than this. Okay? You can do much better than this. So so far on Instagram I have not got a sentence yet. Okay, I am still giving you a time. We're talking about the importance of education. For people who just joined, we are talking about the importance of education. And you need to think about what you want to say, and you need to think about the key details that you want to say, and then change the words before your sentence even exists. Think about the keywords that you want to use, and use those keywords, and use those synonyms of the keywords to put in a sentence. And I want a sentence about the importance of education. On the screen you see here, I have a few sentences about the importance of education, because the very first thing I thought of about the connection between education and the importance of education is the connection between education and poverty. This is how my brain works, okay? And my immediate thought was that education helps reduce poverty. This is the original sentence that I came up with. Now, before this sentence was written down, before I spoke, before I say anything, okay, before I write anything, I have a tendency to paraphrase my thoughts, okay? I have a thought in my mind: education helps reduce poverty. So my very next step is to think about the keywords of the sentence that I'm going to write, and then I use the synonyms of the keywords, and I write the sentence. Okay, so I will never write down the very first sentence that I think of. I always try to paraphrase that sentence first, and then I write it down. And after I write a paraphrase sentence down, probably I will not be so happy with the sentence. I will paraphrase it a second time, okay, until I am happy with that. So if you can give me a sentence representing the importance of education after you have paraphrased it, that would be great. I know it's difficult, but try. Let me see here. Learning a language apart from it. No, Abdul is about the importance of education. It's not about the importance of learning a language, right? So it's maybe is reversed, the idea. So education helps people learn new languages, right? Not learning new languages helps people in education. Okay, we have a sentence here that is great. In any form of attending classes or going to a vocational centers can provide people with knowledge and skills needed to find a job and then earn money, which contribute to poverty reduction. That is amazing. That is great. It is a very long sentence, and I think it's very good. So I changed a little bit here, Lily. Okay, I don't know if your name is Lily, but you know your account is Lily. So Lily is education in any forms, whether attending classes or going to vocational centers, can provide people knowledge, provide people with knowledge and skills needed to find a job, and then earn money, which contributes to poverty reduction. Very good. Okay, very good. This is very good. Okay, so I repeat a little bit here. Education in any forms, whether attending classes or going to vocational centers, can provide people with knowledge and skills needed to find a job. Okay, but this is a very good sentence. I think it's very nice. I don't think I can paraphrase it actually. I try to paraphrase it now, okay? But I don't think I can. Maybe just my opinion, okay? Maybe the part find a job, think about employment, attain, acquire employment, something like that, okay? And then earn money. The part earn money, maybe we can change a little bit, like say acquire a financial source, something like that, okay? Contribute to poverty. Very good, but it's really good. I think it is a very good sentence. If I needed to change the sentence a little bit, just the two parts, find a job and then earn money, that one. Okay. Anyone else has a sentence that you want me to check? Oh, it's like almost more than an hour now. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry for taking so much time from you. Do you have any other sentence? Okay, how about this? I am available on social media, on Instagram, right? You probably come to this session on Instagram and from TikTok. So if you have a sentence later on, please send it to my inbox, okay? I'll fix it. I will correct any mistakes if you have, okay? If you have any sentences, send it to my inbox. This is like way past the promised time. So thank you so much for joining me today, actually. I know that this session is a little bit too heavy for you. That's why you feel a little bit shy, or you feel like you are not following well enough, but don't worry, this is the very first step. Everything is hard in the beginning, but then you will find it so much easier after you have mastered this technique, okay? So if you have a question, feel free to ask me in the inbox. If you have a sentence that you want me to correct or you want me to check, please feel free to send it to my inbox. And earn money, I think, for example, acquire a financial source. Acquire financial, I would write it for you here, okay? Acquire what is it? A financial source. Okay, that's what I can think of right now. Earn money, maybe like a stable financial source or a stable income, something like that. Yeah, this would be good. Okay, so thank you again. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I will be hosting a live session with an academic English teacher on Wednesday, okay? And I will share the details on my Instagram story. Please join us, because we will be talking about academic English. which is very, very beneficial for you in your IELTS, especially IELTS writing task 2, and for people who are taking IELTS academic. It took me a lot of time, I tried to pursue this person for such a long time, so feel free to join us. Any question, any sentence you want me to check, feel free to ask me in the inbox on Instagram and on TikTok. Okay, and again, next week we'll be having another session, live session about IELTS. You can book your slot on Zoom via the link in my bio. Right, so for now, have fun learning and I'll see you next week. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you, Deborah. Bye. How am I going to stop this?